Hello, here we are again at Sabine bus station in Montpellier, and I'm about to take another Flixbus, but this time from Montpellier to Paris. We're going to be spending a couple of nights in Paris. I'm with the beautiful Fiona. This is a 10-hour trip, so a little bit shorter than the last one. The last time I went to Cologne, if you haven't seen that video, there's a link to it on my channel. I'm sure you can find it. That was 14 hours there and 17 hours back. This is going to be a bit kinder, I think. 10 hours there, and we're coming back by TGV tomorrow from La Gare de Lyon in Paris, and that's going to be a journey of, I think, about 3.5 hours. So that's going to be a lot more pleasant than what we're about to go through. Hopefully this shouldn't be too bad. I think we're filming this on the 13th of December, Friday the 13th. So hope it doesn't go the way that fate says it should do. So we're just going to have a coffee, going to chill out for an hour. I think we've got an hour before the bus leaves. This is the bus station here. You can see it behind me. Really full of people. It's about like 9 o'clock at night. So just in case you're wondering why we keep taking Flixbuses, Fiona actually went to Italy a couple of weeks ago. She went to Brindisi in the south of Italy, which was a journey of 27 hours via Milan. The reason we keep taking these buses is because there really is no cheaper way of doing it. This journey to Paris, from Montpellier to Paris, like I said, is like a 10-hour journey, and it costs about, I think it's just over 13 euros. The same journey on the train, I know obviously it's a lot shorter, but it was like a minimum of about 140 euros each person, each way. So the ticket back tomorrow from Paris to Montpellier was 70 euros each. We're going to be arriving at a station called Sud de France, which is a TGV station, which is actually outside of Montpellier. It's not in Montpellier, so it's cheaper to get there. But yeah, the train prices and the flights around this time of year are really, really expensive. So even though it's like 10 hours, it is overnight. We're getting on it at, like I said, around 10. I think it's leaving at about 10 to 10 at night. So hopefully we're going to sleep for the majority of it. I think we're arriving at around 5 to 8 in the morning at Bercy, which is the bus station in Paris. So yeah, prepared to sort of sleep in a cramped seat for a few hours to save like hundreds and hundreds of euros. It's really unbelievably cheap. We're gonna get on the bus, watch a bit of TV on my phone, try to get comfortable, fall asleep, and hopefully we'll just arrive in Paris and we won't be too conscious of it even happening. So here we go again, another Flixbus journey. This one's not too bad. 10 hours isn't 31 hours, or the monumental journey Fiona made to Italy and back. But still, it's a Flixbus, so it's never going to be that amazing. But as I said, it's unbelievably cheap. I think the price per person for this journey was 32 euros. It's pretty difficult to say no to that, even if the conditions of travel aren't exactly the most amazing things in the world. It's come from Barcelona, yeah.
Okay, all right, then that's the bus. You've got the tickets, haven't you?
Yeah. So yeah, this bus was from Barcelona to Paris, and we sort of get on halfway. Montpellier is on the Mediterranean coast in the south of France.
Scusi?
So yeah, just to show you the process of getting on and off.
Dos.
We're-
Sì.
You have to scan a QR code basically. And you pop up on their phone. You stick your luggage in the bottom of the bus, and that really is it. Again, one of the other massive advantages of traveling this way is that there aren't any luggage restrictions. You don't have to pay extra to take a suitcase or whatever, you know, as long as it's under 20 kilos, you can take a suitcase and you get your bag. So just getting on, I'm just going to show you what it was actually like. All of these buses are sort of slightly different. This was kind of just a normal coach with the Flixbus logo on the side. So you get a tray, you get a pocket to put your stuff in, and that's kind of it. This one only had USB charging ports. Unfortunately, it didn't have like normal. It didn't have a normal mains plug, so yeah, it's always worth being prepared and making sure that you've got a USB cable for your phone and not just a plug, just in case that happens to you. So this is the first stop. As you'll know if you watched the last video when I went to Cologne, which was much longer than this one, the drivers either stop or don't. It's you never really know what it's going to be like until you actually get on these buses and do the trip. But this was the first stop, so this is about 1 a.m. Service stations in France are all the same, pretty much. You know, if you sort of like go outside of France, if you go to Spain, if you sort of travel down through Italy, they do change as you go down, but the experience in France is very similar. I'm pretty sure there's just a sort of cartel of companies that just runs all this stuff. So yeah, it's 1 in the morning, so the shop was closed, but the friendly bus driver, who was Spanish, sent me down here to the toilets. I hope it's kind of clear from this video, but like traveling with Fiona was actually much better than traveling alone. It was a lot more fun. So yeah, just a quick trip to the toilets and then grab some coffee. I was kind of alone grabbing this coffee. The guy kind of walked through shouting bus, bus, and it didn't sort of like really twig. I was really tired, it was really late, but he was saying to everyone, get back on the bus. There were some people outside smoking, as you can see, but they were kind of very insistent on people getting back on the bus. Like I said, all the drivers of these things are a little bit different. You know, their demands are a bit different. And these guys' demands were get back on the bus. Oh shit. Nearly got left behind. So yeah, he was walking up and down like counting heads and, you know, sort of shouting quite a bit. He did make it pretty clear that it was just like a 10-minute stop. It really was just to get coffee and go to the loo. So yeah, it was a lot of fun being with Fee, to be honest. It was loads better than being alone. So this is the second stop. This was much later. This was about sort of like nearly 5 o'clock in the morning.
She's taking a picture of the bus.
Again, the same bins, the same benches, the same church light, blindingly white lit structures in the middle of the night. It's really cold. It was really cold. I'm going to talk about the temperature in a minute, but it was pretty cold. I wasn't really prepared for it, even though it was like the middle of December. So yeah, 4:25. Time for a coffee. Or not, as the case may be. Yep, that's what you get for service stations in the middle of the night, I guess. Holy shit, it's so cold. So the air temperature on the bus, outside the bus, it says it's like 4 degrees, so we're all sitting there. It's round the corner, Fiona. So we're basically sitting on the bus, like with our coats on and our hoods up and our hats on, because it's absolutely freezing. So it's about, I don't know, 4 something in the morning. Fiona's having a rare old time. Anyway, we're gonna get back on. And, let's finish this off. So yeah, back on. I think at this point a lot of people were really feeling it. A lot of people were much better prepared than I was. You know, there were loads of sleeping bags, etc., etc. I don't know why I thought it was not going to be cold. Soon after this, we arrived at Paris Orly, the airport. And obviously a lot of people got off here. And then really very quickly after that we arrived at Bercy-sur-Seine, which is the main bus station in Paris. You can see it's huge, very large compared to the other stops I've been to. And this was the terminus for the bus. So this is about 5 to 8 in the morning, something like that. Honestly, we did actually get quite a lot of sleep. I think it obviously really helped being next to somebody that that I was intimate with. Obviously, you can sort of like lean on each other and sort of have a bit more space, because you can sort of stretch your feet over each other and things like that. When you're next to a stranger, it's a lot more demanding, because you have to sort of stay upright and stay within your sort of part of the double seats. But that wasn't the case with Fiona next to me. We drive that bus. Yeah, we get boosted off at Paris-Bercy, and it was really busy, even at like 8 in the morning. I mean, there were a huge amount of people and buses. I mean, obviously Paris is an extremely busy city, especially at this time of year, as we were to find out over the next couple of days. It was absolutely heaving with tourism. Far more so than I remember, quite frankly. I've spent quite a bit of time in Paris, but it was really, really busy. I don't think I've been there at Christmas time before. But this bus station was pretty monumental. It was very large. You know, everyone was a bit confused about sort of where to go. Not really very well signposted, and quite a lot of confusion generally. I've seen other YouTubers sort of complaining about Bercy and a general sort of like lack of organisation. And, you know, obviously we were only there for like 5 minutes, but it definitely wasn't the easiest place to navigate. You know, I assume that, you know, most people are trying to sort of like leave and get a metro, and there are just no signs at all. And you know, when you come out of the bus station, you just end up in these sort of wasteland areas. It's so cold. Oh my god, it's so cold. So I'm not going to film in the metro, but that wasn't too bad. I think the worst thing about it was so cold. We got down to about 3 degrees. Like, my legs and my feet were just freezing cold. Did manage to sleep quite a bit, which was fine. But now everyone just looks to be really confused about like where to actually go to get the metro. We're gonna get the metro to the Airbnb, and I'll film the trip back to Montpellier, where it's nice and warm, on the TGV tomorrow. So thanks a lot for watching, and be sure to watch the next one.